welcome to another episode on Youth Connect. My name is Emefa Adeti. And once again, I've got my friends here to discuss a lot of things that have been happening in the news. So just a few days ago, so honorable, I don't know whether to still add honorable as he's not a minister, but quite noble in his nature, Alan Kyerematen launched his Great Transformational Plan, which we like to call the GTP. And a lot has come up. We've heard the NPP talk about it, the NDC as well. And you watching me probably thinking, how is this man going to get through with all of these things? How do you feel about all of the plans so far that he has brought? Concerns have been that the NPP or the NDC, well, have been dropping hints about what they hope to do if they get the opportunity to lead this country. But as a movement and the leader of the movement, he has launched the Great Transformational Plan. And so I thought that why not? Let's have a conversation about it. And so this morning, I'm joined by Chris Barnes Jr., and he is the president for Youth Influencers for Alan Ghana. And he's a member for communications. He's a member of the communications team for Movement for Change, and a gentleman that's no new to the show, or Fair Clinton as well, communications team member, the NPP. I like when the cameras are not up, I like the energy. Let's just see how it goes. And because we're talking about the GTP, let's start with Chris. Chris, which one do you like to be called, Chris or Junior? Which one?
Oh, CBJ.
CBJ is fine. Okay. So, okay.
I think I'll leave you a copy.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. So, what about this plan excites you personally?
Okay.
As a young person.
So the excitement, let me first of all greet all your viewers, and then you're looking nice today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the excitement behind this is very simple. This is a blueprint to fix our economy if the power is given to Alan within 2 to 3 years. First year is to stabilize the economy, stabilize the currency, and then create jobs. This is actually a whole booklet, yeah, that teaches us on governance, socioeconomic, anything else that we need, yeah, to fix in this country is here. So with all these guys running around campaigning without dropping any message, even my brothers, the NDC, yeah, they are my brothers, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You understand? So
okay, I see how the rivals were. Exactly. I see.
So even the NDC going around with this 24-hour policy campaigning, they've not broken anything down. To the layman, to the person who doesn't go to school, to the person who's a dropout, to the market woman, you've not been able to tell them dito what you are going to be able to do to make the 24-hour economy work.
Okay.
24-hour economy cannot just start without a foundation being laid. You need fundamentals to grow the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
So that's just a cheap shot to my brothers over there.
Okay.
But like I said, the man, you know him, he's a detailed guy, detailed gentleman. He knows that Ghanaians need a solution to our problems now. Inflation is hitting high. Joblessness is hitting high. Youth unemployment is hitting high. Everything is hitting high in this country. And it's not on a high note in a good way. The high notes that we are hitting are in desperate times right now.
Okay.
So he thought it wise that, and he doesn't care whether you want to copy or steal his ideas. He wants to be the first.
Are there threats of copying?
Oh, of course, of course. Okay. There's been some shows that I've been tracking because I'm part of the communications team. I track a lot of these talk shows and political shows. Some went to sit there and they went to talk about this thing, the ideas in here, as if they thought about it.
But there's no need to reinvent the wheel if it exists already.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We are not scared if you want to steal ideas. It's like copying me in class. You can copy me, but you can't get the same grades I got.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, what has my attention, and Clinton, I'm going to come to you. What has my attention is that it says that he has promised to create 3 million jobs for the youth through a unique initiative called Operation Own Your Business, if elected president in December. Now, I don't know how different this is to, does the NPP have any existing plan? Because we've heard of the Batampa, we've heard about how the MPP has a certain policy of funding available for young people to access in terms of
The youth start.
the youth start. I've seen that, yes, there are many, there's small things. I don't know how successful that has been, but does this threaten anything at all that exists and what may be in the future as well?
Well, first of all, let me greet your wonderful viewers, and then let me congratulate the youth wing of the New Patriotic Party, Sandra Sarkodie, Commander Salam Mustafa, Isaac J. Hyde.
What happened with them?
I'll get there.
Ah.
Yao Boama, Kiss Me, the whole youth wing fraternity, they did an excellent job collaborating with the International Youth for Democratic Union. It is a center-right democratic establishment or fraternity that seeks to propagate the ideology of center-right and also extend their advocacy on democracy. Okay. So this is what happened over the weekend. They partnered with the MPP youth wing, and then they reoriented them on ideologies, reoriented them on policies, and reoriented them on programs and the thinking path of the New Patriotic Party. Because we think that within the New Patriotic Party, everybody has to know that you are aligning yourself with a political establishment which believe in a certain type of an ideology.
Which is?
Okay, we are the center-right ideologies. We capitalists. We believe in private empowerment. You get it? And then putting that one aside, we realized that the partnership we had was very, very civil, very decorous, and informative. So the people that we engaged them to sort of orient our young people into the thinking of the New Patriotic Party's ideologies did a fantastic job training our people into that spectrum. So,
okay, do you still remember my question?
I'll get to your question. Okay. You want to see how their job creation
yes.
Analogy
yes.
is going to conflict or undermine ours. Is that not the case?
And I'll ask this question because over the years, you have seen a lot of political parties come and promise employment for the youth particularly. It looks like that is usually the cash cow message for them. But I don't know whether to be able to pull statistics down to say that which political party or which government, if I should say, have been able to really give account or achieve that promises. So I see this, and I'm asking this because he's been part of the NPP and surely understood some of the policies that were meant for the youth. So how he is saying that he's going to create 3 million jobs for the youth, I'd like to understand, is it that the existing policies that you guys have haven't been achieved, or is it to undermine? What should be the question? How do you feel about that?
What I think is that if you have a thinking that you want to create a job for the Ghanaian youth, it is not a bad thing at all, whether it undermines or appreciated. I think we are all trying to solve the societal problem of unemployment for the youth. I'm a young person. When I completed the university, there was not available job. I should have to improvise in a certain way to survive. So if anybody at all, regardless of the political party, is instigating an idea of job creation,
yes.
we are not going to rubbish it or anything. I wouldn't come here and then discredit Mr. or Honorable Alan Kyerematen because he has been part of the NPP establishment. He has been with us. So falling out from our camp, doesn't give me the opportunity. I understand. I am somebody who is a fervent believer of the 1D, 1F. The last time that I came here, I told you that my village in Esuboy, along the Accra Kumasi road, there's a village there called Esuboy. There's a 1D1 factory called Glofed, a fertilizer manufacturing company.
Okay.
It was established through that initiative and then development. Okay, and it is a central government project which one person cannot take credit for. The government has embarked on a lot of centralized projects with the ambulances that we provided nationwide, a lot of things that we have done. A single person within the establishment of the government cannot be credited for doing that, but it's a holistic government achievement. The same way the government would also take responsibility for its own shortfalls.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, so for you, it's a welcoming.
What we have intended to do is in the line of technological training, ICT. What they want to do this, I heard that you said that is some Empowerment.
So you guys call it Operation Own Your Business.
Operation Own Your Business. So
Entrepreneurship.
There's a distinction between how they want to empower the youth for them to get their own employment, and there's also a distinction for what we are doing. You know, we are in an era of digitalization. We are in an era of technology. We have seen so many opportunities existing in the digital spectrum, and we want our people to fit in, utilize those opportunities, because sometimes I question myself that why are we so much focused or centralized on programs at the universities that have no vacancies for the young person. When I completed university, the guy that I completed, he was a very close friend of mine. He did engineering and immediately was employed. I'm not saying that I wouldn't get the opportunity to be employed, but I realized that his industry have a vacancy for him to be absorbed. Okay. So we should rather focus our interest in areas that there are vacancies. So that is why we have identified that in the area of technology, we can train a lot of Ghanaian youth so that they take advantage of those opportunities that exist already in the arena of technology, so that the unemployment rate will considerably be reduced.
Okay. Bounce, what does it mean when he says that every senior high school graduate will join a compulsory apprenticeship and training program to receive skill training? Sure. What does it mean?
Okay, so when you look at the SMEs and then these startups, if you want to be able to give them independence, you have to teach them at a lower age. Okay. Yeah, a younger age. So that's what he wants to do.
So when he says that will empower you, it means that when he becomes president, the government will make funds available. Yeah. To give to, is it selected youth when you have a business going on already, or you are trained already by the time you're out of school?
Okay, so we're going to categorize that. There will be a category that selects the best. Okay. Those that we can see, that we can determine that they've gone through the training and they are flying in colors. Then you know that if you're giving this youth 100,000 cedis to go and do a startup, you know that that person has gone through the ropes and they are ready. Okay. At the same time, there will be smaller scale businesses that people just have the skill. You understand? They don't have the knowledge to be able to start it up. So that one too will be also be giving them startup capitals to be also own their business.
Let me stay with you. So it says that we will amend the constitution to establish and appoint an anti-corruption Caesar. What does that mean?
Okay, so a Caesar is like an oboro. Should I say an oboro? A boss of all bosses.
Okay. That's independent prosecutorial.
Yes, powers.
Authority. What is that? Why is that different from the special prosecutor?
The special prosecutor, Ghana here right now, you see, we are confused under this MPP government. We have Shraj, we have the AG, we have the special prosecutor, we have Yoko. They are all doing the same job.
They're all not doing it.
Oh, boss, please, I'm begging you. How many people dwelled in Sisla the past case when it was just one agency could take care of it?
The nature of our laws position it in such a way that when your mandate begins at a point and ends, another mandate now starts. And I think it's because of separation of powers that I think that all these institutions are independent of each other.
They are not independent.
So if I understand you, the establishment of these institutions ideally should have been independent. Yeah. But unfortunately, they don't seem to be doing independent work.
Jobs at all. They collaborate. They collaborate.
Trying to.
No, I'm saying.
Say something for you. That's not what you say.
They are listen.
I like to think that.
Then you are taking his words out of his mouth.
Okay, make the point. Fair point. Do have a fair point. Okay, so I'm just trying to understand how this will be very different from the special prosecutor.
We are not coming to create an office for a special prosecutor. We are coming to create an office for someone who will follow up with corruption issues, who will be very independent, who answer to no one at the end of the day. The special prosecutor answers to someone, obviously, because if he comes and sits on TV and makes a press conference and he's crying that he's not being allowed to work, then obviously he's not being allowed to work. So we need to create an office
He answers to.
Oh, please.
I do the questioning here. Actually.
I'm sorry. Are you the host now?
I do the questioning here, actually. I do the
So
questioning.
we are in Ghana, yeah. You cannot tell me what to know. I know what is going on in this country.
You don't think that maybe the person holding the position is probably an emotional wreck and just got emotional because
No,
in
I
executing.
don't think so. Because listen,
So then what will happen to the
powers
institutions?
that will collapse all of them. Yeah, and we'll make it one.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need.
Clinton.
You see, we are cutting down expenditure. This one is being paid. This one is being paid, and you don't see any job they are doing. For 7 years now. For 7 years now. For 7 years now. Who has the special prosecutor bring forward of all the corruption issues we've heard about in this country for the past 7 to 8 years? Who has the special prosecutor been able to grab that this guy have grabbed him because I went into details and this through my research and through my investigations, I've been able to see that he's at fault. Let's jail him.
Here's a fair question, though we can have a few answers to that. They may not be in jail, but we've seen some progress. But what do you feel about what he's saying? Because surely, if the institution was functioning as we hope that it will function, I don't think that any person who wants to be president and has even funding enough would want to be establishing an institution there. I don't think so, right? So what do you think is starting this?
It is just not a simplistic thinking, creating something that already exists. You are not innovative. And then if you want to be in leadership, there should be innovation. So if you want to duplicate existing institutions, then you are not thinking for the solutions that we need to have as a Ghanaian people. It is functioning. So like you said, there are several segregation in the existing institutions that we have. If you talk about the strike, they deal with human rights issues. When you talk about the UOCO, they deal with financial crimes. If you talk about the special prosecutor, they have their exclusive mandate they are addressing. So you cannot consolidate them under one umbrella and think that it will function and function properly. You get it?
Okay.
That is the point that we have to understand. But you know, with Chief Alan, he's a very positive politician. Instigating or touting an idea of a transformational plan without a transformational team. So when he goes around and then he even wants to articulate some of these transformational plans, they don't have the team to do that. You can, and in this
That's
game,
your concern.
in this game of politics, you cannot be a lone walker. You get
But
it?
that's a gentleman here speaking.
Yes, because he has not established. You ask him that, how is he going to spearhead some of these things as an entity, as an individual, and he wasn't able to answer. He was just beating about the bush, whether they are a political party or a movement or a crusaders. You want to understand what they represent.
Doesn't matter.
You have to establish yourself. If you're a football team, you have to have a
The
team.
NPP as a party existed for how many years now? And surely it didn't start as it's well established today.
Yes, but at a point we knew that we had an organized.
At what point?
At every point.
At the beginning?
Wait.
How long is the movement for change?
At every point
Just
that
6
we have
months.
been in
It's
this
6 months.
political arena. In the First Republic, there was a political establishment which our tradition was deep rooted in. In the Second Republic and in the Third Republic, and then we are in the Fourth Republic, and still the NPP ideological principles and traditional organogram still exist.
What I am saying is that
You get it. So you cannot say that you are just coming up and then because you haven't had enough time, you are not able to organize yourself properly. Then you are not, just get your homework done. When you are able to set up, because even if you don't has a political party.
What do you mean by
understand that?
Do
even?
you think
What do you mean by
Ekweadonko
even?
you think
What I'm saying
Ekweadonko has
is-
275 operational head offices in?
Yes, if not,
She does.
Stop that.
If not for
Oh, please.
Does she?
Don't answer that question.
But
Don't
does
answer
she?
that question.
Yeah, you have not seen.
We don't do mediocre
consti-
things, oh.
Constituency
We
offices.
don't do
Even
mediocre
Goom,
things.
I have seen. I've
He
toured
is
across
not
the
up
country.
to.
I've been
He
in
is
the
not
voter,
up to. None
very
of them.
remotest places
None
in the
of
voter
them.
region, and I've seen Goom constituency offices.
Oh,
If you don't
please.
have those establishments,
please.
you cannot run as a political.
Oh,
you will not be on the ballot paper. So they even coming on the
We will
ballot
not
paper.
be on the
it's
ballot
very
paper.
questionable.
Let me ask a question. If Alan made it to be the flag bearer for the NPP, would you be excited?
That is
Would
why
you
I've said in my earlier submission that I'm not here to discredit
course,
Mr. Alan.
of course.
So whoever he had become within the MPP, so for us, it is something that I have always believed in, because I believe that the MPP have the transformational agenda of this country. So our representation represents the transformation that the Ghanaian people want. Our representation represents the forward thinking of the Ghanaian people. And we would be able to select somebody. Unfortunately, it is not Alan, because he did not have the transformational principles and then forward thinking.
You don't think it is the electoral process?
There was no problem with the electoral process.
No, I don't.
These are tendencies.
Was it a fair representation? I think we have had this conversation before on other platforms.
Yes,
you think that it's a fair representation of elections?
You see, even Baumia come from a very disadvantaged point, because you know that the MPP is predominantly Akan. Okay, so you come in and it has never happened before. But to be fair,
for the MPP to be predominantly Akans, how many Akans did you have on that ballot? Which means that that vote would have been splitted also among Alan.
It is not.
So
it is
for
not,
Baumia alone, he had rather good standing.
If we have an assembly of Akan, about 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them, one of them should have at least represented the party. If we are going by that,
split
no, wait. If we are going
how many
by,
accounts did we have on that ballot?
If we are going by that standard, you get it. If you are going by that standard, that these are the representation of the Akan people having the thinking or having decided that they are going to run for the political office of the MPP, definitely one of them should have made it. You get it, and we have seen. Aliu Mahama was a vice president. What was his voter turnout? So it has nothing to do with being a Khan or not being a Khan. It has something to do with the democratic principles of the MPP, what we believe in, and the democratic processes of the New Patriotic Party. We would always foster democracy, and we will always make sure that our selection process is democratic. And that is the same process we use to select our presidential candidate and then flag bearer. Unfortunately, Mr. Alan didn't have the nod, and it shouldn't be a battle, because a lot of them on the ticket also didn't have the nod. None of them boycotted the party and said that they were falling out. So Mr. Alan, I think that he hasn't built the political fortitude to represent anything in our political area.
Did you have any response?
A political guru with experience over 40 years in politics, and you are talking that.
Has he won any elections?
You are saying that.
Politics is politics because of elections.
Was he not campaigning for Akufo-Addo?
Which election has he won?
Was he not campaigning for Akufo-Addo?
Tell me one single election he has won in this country.
He has not stood in any elections.
Bro, this is not somebody who has that political acumen to establish any political.
That's what I'm telling you. And don't say that your party. Don't say your party is being democratic at all. If you use the powers of the president to favor one candidate, then you come and sit here and tell me that you people did not machinate. You people did not machinate this. Oh, please stop this.
Alan was on the point of an advantage.
Which advantage?
Because he has the political.
Did you hear the instances that happened when the voting went on?
Voter turnout and some issues that surround
it. So when someone...
Would you like to sweep that under the carpet?
I'm not sweeping it. So which elections have we had in this country that we haven't anticipated a situation
this is an election within a party. This is an election within a family.
Yes.
I don't see why we should fight.
No, there is disagreement at the constituency level.
I don't see why we should fight.
At the police station level, there's disagreement.
We saw Kennedy Japan being livid on the phone that his correspondent had been sacked.
He's with the MPP today.
Please.
Whatever might have happened, we have to come together, put our thinking together. That's what we call the collaborative thinking.
His people were not beaten up. Our people were beaten up.
That's where
our person was beaten up. His eyesight, we took him to Agawao.
If an individual has been beaten up, this is something that we can reconcile.
Okay.
Reconcile? Yes. You want to take somebody's life and you say you should reconcile?
For us to make peace with ourselves.
Okay, I have a question.
Where this thing started is where he wants to sweep under the carpet now.
Clinton, does it matter where Alan started? Let's not behave as though there was one election that happened and then all of a sudden he was being a baby about it. We can't take the humaneness out of elections and politics. Doesn't matter his journey into trying to be a presidential candidate. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter in any way.
History is very relevant to every aspect of our political journey. So whatever that has happened in the past is still relevant to his pursuit that he's doing today. But I'm thinking that in the past, what have we seen?
In the past.
No, wait. What have we seen? Why did Allah not play the victims of yesterday to win today? Why was yesterday he wasn't saying that when the political establishment that exists today wasn't there, the regime that exists today wasn't there? Why was Allah not saying that somebody has twisted his arm to take his verdict?
It's not the first time.
Alan has complained that somebody has taken his verdict.
Not particularly in these your words, but it's not the first time he's felt a bit not treated well. So we can't really sweep the.
You see, let us be very honest.
Okay.
Let's be honest here. If you walk into an MPP room, an NEC of the MPP room, answer me, who are the biggest two boys in that room? If it's not Akufo-Addo, who is next?
I'm listening.
No, I'm asking you a question so that I can continue with my submission.
Go ahead and make
I said, who are the biggest two boys in the room?
He reserves the right to answer it.
You have to answer it.
Wait,
you have to answer. You have to answer.
You said something about me not moderating the program. So direct your question.
No. Answer that question and I'll continue.
So you said that Nanado is a big boy, right?
Oh, I'm saying when you
neck,
enter
right?
a neck for the MPP.
We have the Council of Elders. I think that man as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you walk into an MPP room,
Yes.
a
And
neck
then
room,
you see the
and then
chairman of the Council of, is it McMenu? No.
Peter okay.
No.
You mean for neck?
Yes.
Yeah,
McMenu used to be the campaign manager for Akufo-Addo in the past election.
Let me check now.
So we have a neck leadership. Yes. So if you cite Akufo-Addo, then you cite the chairman of the neck. His name kind of reasoning, but
you
I
see,
think
then it means the person is not a big boy.
who's not
We
a
are
big
talking about the biggest boys in the room. It is Akufo-Addo and Alan. Because you know
How
why?
did Alan
you know
become
why?
the big
You know
boy?
why? 2007.
Yes.
2008. How many people went to Congress?
How many people went there? You have to give
17 or 18, right?
17 or
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
As in aspirant or
Yeah,
candidates.
aspirants, candidates.
Okay.
After voting, who was the last two? Akufo-Addo and Alan.
Yes.
We were supposed to go into a runoff.
Yes.
He was such a big person to say, "Oh, I'll let this go," and then
Okay,
I think
what about the subsequent
I think
elections?
you are my even a subsequent
He
election.
lost miserably.
He lost, but he still performed well because
He
coming
lost
from
miserably. That
coming from where he
gathered
was.
about 92% of the total vote, and he was wallowing
For the
within-
runoff, for the second.
after the subsequent primaries, after the initial one that they contested together.
No.
The
We are
subsequent
talking
one-
about where this whole boiling down started from. It started from that Legon campus.
Yes.
That 2008 election. Yeah. That one that
Was it
Alan.
where he had the opportunity to say
become flag bearer.
there shouldn't be a second,
Yes.
he would step down
We've
and
been
allow.
there. He said.
But to be fair, did you think that because of what he did you think that earned him an automatic position to, did he think
wasn't
that
going
in the
to
future?
win.
It's
Even-
not
even
about
if
earning
there
him
was a runoff, he
automatic.
wasn't going to win.
No, you don't know that for
But
a
that's
fact.
an election.
Because I can also tell you
That's
things you don't know
election.
for a fact. You know why?
You have
there were
always
people.
said things
There were
that are not
people.
factual.
There
You
were
think
people
that
on
he
that.
did that?
There were people on that contest that advised him to take it into a runoff, and they were ready to add their votes to his vote.
Why did he do that? What was in it for him? What do you
Okay,
think was in
so
it?
it's just how you said, humane of him. He doesn't like trouble.
But in politics, do we bring humaneness?
But this is the time Ghana needs a person like him. We need a president who is humane, who thinks about other people first before himself. Yes.
That would be governance. We're talking about elections. If you become the head of government,
Yeah.
then you can be selfless.
Yeah.
But there's a clear difference between governance and politics.
This shows you
Or-
how genetic.
I've always said that even if you
This
fail
shows
at
you how
politics, you
genetic
fail
and
at
how
your
raw
governance.
of a person he is. He will not change for
You are
anyone.
not even able to
He
do
will,
your own
he,
politics.
he will
How
not
can you
change
become
for
a
anyone,
government?
and he will not change to follow.
If you look at
suit
if you look at the political system
Yeah.
as a country, do you think that people really understand? Because then it looks like we've been birthed and we've been trained and raised to understand the politics of governance. If you understand.
I know that.
So do you think that he's doing this because he thinks that he's going to get the results in terms of humaneness today, or he's looking into the future? Let me know. What do you think? Let me in into his
There are
head.
so many scenarios that this man is playing on now. Opportunities have been presented to him, and he's willing and ready to take advantage.
Okay.
Now, one case scenario. The first case scenario I think he's banking on now is either he establishes himself in our political terrain now, so that the next 4 years, if he doesn't win now, the next 4 years, he will be credible enough to stand and win. Okay. By that time, thankfully, our predecessor, who will be John Mahama, would be signing out because he would not be eligible to stand again. And Ghanaians are not going back to MPP. Not now, not tomorrow, not the next 15, 20 years. I'm saying it emphatically here. You can state it and write my name next to that statement. You know why I'm saying that? We are upset. Did you see how we voted Mahama out in 2016? I
remember.
Thank you. This is the same Ghanaians that are going to the polls on December 7th.
You don't speak for Ghanaians.
I will speak for Ghanaians because I speak for my youth people. I am a representative of the youth.
But he's Ghanaian.
So yes, you can't tell me that I don't speak for Ghanaians. What do you mean by you don't speak for Ghanaians?
Our opinions are not here.
I am speaking from my opinion, boss.
You see, if you are seated here
I'm speaking on my opinion.
On the grounds of sentiment.
Which sentiment?
The grounds of pain.
Which sentiment? She asked me a question, I'm answering. Yeah. Why are you interjecting?
So what he's saying is
no.
But he's not Alan. How can you say he's not Alan?
You can't say that. I'm not Alan.
Any associate of Alan is equally bitter.
Oh, please.
Why?
You cannot say this.
Why?
You have to retract your statement.
Anybody at all can just take this, read it and say, I identify with this and so I want to be part of this.
How do you even identify with this? How can you say that you identify? What is there that
you see how MPP thinking is?
Why not?
They are so deft in thinking. You people don't think ahead. You think backwards.
The steering wheel.
Why are you thinking backwards? Think ahead.
Yeah, people identify with the vice president saying
trivialize the steering wheel.
Why
does it sound like a trivia to you?
But I'm saying that. You see, even people are identifying with that.
No,
that
because,
is very scandalous of an opinion.
Who in the history of our politics in Ghana here has done something like this before?
Hang on a minute.
People have come.
Because you have said that who will identify with this? Yeah. And I'm asking you a question.
So I'm just wondering,
you don't think
people
that
don't know what this entails. What does this represent?
Do you know?
That's why you have to grab it and read.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't know.
So I'm saying that you don't think.
But we are going around educating
Let's have
people.
a sanitized conversation, please. So, you're saying that anybody who is associated with Alan is out of vendetta
and
bitterness. And I'm saying that you do not think that there's anybody that can take this, whether we don't know or yet. Just pick this thing, flip through the pages and
this is a fabrication of bitterness. If not for the bitterness of Alan, this wouldn't have come up. If he had decided to accept
you think
that
he's still thinking about MPP?
This wouldn't have come up. How many years have we had the Alan in the MPP?
Emefa.
Okay, so he didn't have this transformational plan in the MPP.
Nobody.
See, you have come back to
nobody
the same
in our
point that
campaign
I'm
team
making.
is thinking about MPP now. Do you know why?
He's thinking about. He's thinking about that the MPP is going to lose.
He's thinking about his journey.
Even political everybody hopes that they win and the other person loses.
No, why are you saying that you are not thinking?
MPP will lose.
No, why are you saying that you are? Then accept that you are thinking about.
But I can say that based on fact because Ghana is used to, if we are going to do traditional voting, then we are used to 8 years term and you are done. So you can I can sit here and say that you are losing the election.
It is possible to break the 8.
It is possible to lose and go home and we'll lock you guys up when we come. I am telling you people.
How are you going to lock
Okay, Clinton, how is it that the NPP, and of course some of you, and even you here have said that this here, he was part of the NPP, he was part of government and was not able to implement it. It's the same question I've been asking, that if he was part of government, surely our vice president is still, even in governance, but he says that he wants an opportunity. And as you've been explaining before we even came on air, that if you are the subordinate of somebody, you don't have the position to implement certain things. How is that different from this one? Why is it that you can ask that he was part of government, he was trade minister, all right? And yet you're thinking that he was unable to implement this. And yet I'm asking that our vice president who says that he's a mate, you think it is a trivial question?
Running mate. And then you want to make it look as if you have not heard about a mate before. I said running mate. The mate was carved out of running mate.
And I want to choose the mate. Why would I want to go back to
something that is carved out of saying? He didn't use the right mate in that ideology.
No.
He did not use the mate in that ideology. He used it as a trotro in his driver. A trotro driver and his mate.
You have to relate
He used it in a trotro driver and his mate ideology. Don't change it, please. Don't try and be smart for Baumia here. Don't try. Then they should make you. They should make you the communications minister.
So for you,
it
is okay to question Alan that whilst he was minister, he didn't do anything.
I'm not saying that whilst
but it's not okay to question our vice president. You think it's trivial.
I haven't said that.
Now I'm with you because you asked me a question.
That you shouldn't question
because we haven't made any scandalous. I think that ideology generally, I myself, upsets my natural thinking. That's why the vice president says that. He's unable to do certain things.
He's incapacitated.
When he becomes president.
So he hasn't done anything in his capacity as a vice president.
You tell me, because I think he has done. That is why he can even do more.
So yes.
Someone who sits on the EMT.
There is a segregation of power. There's where your power. When I came here, I gave a perfect scenario as to what you have to do, and as to what a Rabiner has to do, and as to what every person here has to do. That is subordination in corporate government.
So do you think now?
Permit me, whoever is watching.
Do you think
permit
now?
Me, Barnes. Permit me. Permit me, whoever is watching. Permit me. You are telling me that when he becomes president, because some of the things he has suggested he will seek to do is to actually change existing things that happened when he was part of government.
I'm saying
I don't have to be a politician to be upset about
he's saying he's going to abolish e-levy.
Yeah.
There are
right?
some of
Meanwhile, you sat on a committee to think about e-levy.
You see that the finance.
So if I understand, he supports the president
came to tell us that if he can afford his child's school fees, he doesn't see the extent where we should be doing free education because he has the capacity to afford it. But the president was also thinking holistically, not every Ghanaian can afford it. So whether or not you have this
kind of thinking, jobs for Ghanaians, they can afford.
You have this thinking, we should continue with the policy. So there are people within the MPP who are cabinet ministers, who are key opinion leaders.
Do you want to tell me?
Align with the.
Do you want to tell me Baumia was not part of? Baumia was not part of the manifesto team.
The advisory responsibility.
Do you want to tell me Baumia was not part of policy making?
But the policies implemented are not surprises. Hang on,
when Dr. Mahamudu Baumia decided that he is going to buy 360 ambulances, the president okay with it. When Dr. Mahamudu Baumia decided that we should initiate certain digital innovation at various parts of the public service, the president okay with that. There are certain aspects that he is limited to take control, and that is the kind of power that he seeks from the Ghanaian people.
So in very simple terms,
we are going to say that, we are saying today that it is possible that we are going to break the aid,
give
him the mantle so that he would initiate his own
Fair enough. I am Ghanaian, and even
he would initiate his own policies. And this is the way forward for the Ghanaian people.
Clinton, you know that I like us to have very sanitized conversations.
So today I'm not being sanitized.
You are always, but I'm saying that the vice president seeking to say that he will undo certain things in very simple English means that I don't support what is happening today, but because I am subordinate, I'm just following through. That's the simple meaning.
Okay,
does that make any sense to you?
No, but why do you have a problem with that?
I have a problem
agree with everything
I have a problem with that.
In your
Can I answer that for him? Can I answer that for him?
You don't have to answer that.
Yes, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because
my boss.
Vice President Baumia sits on the EMT.
It's my boss.
Vice President Baumia is part of the policy making. Vice President Baumia is the economic kid that was supposed to have in Ghana here. So don't you see now they are shifting him his duties from economy to digitalization,
the economy when we came to power in
infotech.
We picked the economy from
what is all this?
3.6% to 6.5%. Unprecedented within
and
that era.
Where is our judgment debt now? Where is our debt now?
What is judgment?
Where is our debt now?
What is our debt?
Yeah.
In
right now, every Ghanaian.
Do you know that you haven't answered
much.
my question? Because I have zero problem with everything that the vice president has done.
Yes.
If it is good, we clap for him.
Yes.
I have a concern
that
things
he
will undo. Do you know why?
Now you are apportioning the commander-in-chief to the vice president. That is literally what you want to suggest.
Do you hear me when I speak?
And that is
You're not listening
very
to
problematic.
Me. Are you listening to me?
I am not asking the problem with MPP. They do not listen.
I am not asking the vice president
they do not listen.
That's why you are talking out of bitterness.
You've been blinded. You've been blinded by your scenario. You've been blinded by your surroundings. They are blind.
I am not the one who said that fallout. You know, it is so disadvantageous.
Fallout. I have created an option for Ghanaians. You think I'm just falling out for falling sick? I have created an alternative for Ghanaians.
What does the movement for change? What does it how does it affect the MPP? Does it have any bearing in this year's election?
If you speak the truth, we will know.
We said that it has an effect on us. We haven't articulated any effect of this
You just
policy.
have to declare that, it doesn't have any effect on it.
Okay, yeah, like I've said, and I'll continue to say.
How does the move of Alan, how does the move?
The movement is so premature. It wasn't well thought through, and I think this is not the time.
So it doesn't affect the MPP and its elections at all?
No.
At all.
If we want to think about somebody that is a threat, possibly even now we are getting to the point whereby the NDC would eventually not going to be our threat anymore, because the NDC has proven that even in opposition they are incompetent. And so we are thinking about that. We are thinking about the political party that may come, and we want to think about something, and those parties are not coming. It's quite unfortunate. You see, there was a second topic that I wanted us to elaborate on, so that we can think about the youth thing. Yes, because we are seeing so much dormancy in our political spectrum. The NDC is not up and doing. You don't see any proactiveness in the things that they are doing. Look at the campaign of the vice president. It's so attractive. It's so admirable. You are seeing the numbers.
But it's always been like that for any sitting government.
I'm telling you about what is happening.
When you were being stoned,
have you compared that? Have you compared that?
When you were being hooted at,
no, not 2016. A lot
when they were hooting at you,
the vice president, the former president.
But I'm saying that
the former president.
It's not
John
surprising
Mahama
for every sitting government.
It is not.
Campaigning is always attractive.
No.
I'm saying this because we've seen
have you been in the campaign?
No, but I can see.
Where did you see? Your seeing has a limitation because you have not been on ground. We are the grounds people. We are telling you what is going on.
Is she not a journalist?
But I'm on the same page with you.
Is she not a journalist?
Every sitting government, when it is time for election, I don't think it is me.
MPP,
I am saying that
and the people, their offspring. Look at an offspring they are bringing. Just look at what they are creating.
They were not.
You know what?
Look at what they are creating.
You have my attention on the next topic. Let's go. You both have my attention on this topic.
Look at what they are creating.
Young people in politics and even governance. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What's your take on young people in politics? Do you think that as a country we should allow young people to, lead the country? Do you think that?
Yeah, the collaborative thinking of the youth has become problematic because there's a political segregation, partisan segregation.
You lost me. Say it in simple English.
I am saying that.
Okay, Kabrofa can say.
Oh, me. And then why you
say they didn't bring Ghana for you, so and no, I
I'm saying that as a young person, we should have that kind of mobility, that kind of togetherness, so that we can influence policy making.
How?
No, the question she asked you is not what you're answering.
How? What do you say? Are we setting the round question? No, answer. So then let's stick to that one. How should we? What was the English you used? Use some big English.
Mobilize. So yes, if I say mobilization, how is that difficult for you to comprehend? How is that difficult?
Are you about to question my comprehension?
No, yes, because today you want to set me up for certain mockery, and I think it is unfair to me on this ground.
You set yourself up.
No, I did not. No. Today you want me to be defining vocabularies.
Your host, I said I don't understand.
Oh, you understand. You the things that you understand on this platform. Why are you telling me that today you don't understand things? Why are you saying that?
I'm saying that. Do you think that young people should lead? Did you answer that first?
Wait, I have to build my preamble.
No, you have to give me your position. Yes or no?
Oh, are you doing yes or no?
Yes,
no,
my question is a yes or no.
But if we're having a discussion and you are doing
no,
yes or no.
No, we are not get there yet. You don't know my follow-up question.
Say again.
Hey, radically.
Say again.
So, do you think that young people should be given the opportunity?
Yes.
To lead?
Yes.
I asked this question because...
Who has taken the opportunity from the young people?
Absolutely, because some people have said that. Who's going to give you the opportunity?
But who has taken the opportunity
Nobody
from
has.
the young person?
Nobody has taken any opportunity.
So why are you saying that we think that...
When I ask a question, I don't mean that there's a problem if I'm asking you. We can just rehash the possibility.
So if the thing is non-existent, why do you create it?
How do you mean?
Nobody has taken away the opportunity for a young person not to lead. In fact, we have seen so many young people.
Did you hear my question? I didn't say that. Who has taken the opportunity? No, I said, should they be given? Just say that.
They have been given. This is
where and
they have been given opportunities.
Give us examples.
What's so hard to say this? They have been given.
But
then I'll ask where.
I'm saying that. So you are leading me on, but I have to also choose my own way of communicating so that your where would not be answered in a way that you want, because you want to set me up again. Today I know that you are doing so many traps for me because you have a friend who is in Alan. But these things that you do to me on this show, Me, I'm telling you that next time when I'm coming, I'll bring a compatriot.
No.
Have we met?
And just come and face people.
It's my first time meeting him.
You are
But this is my first time on the show.
against the MPP.
This is my first time on the show.
Yes, you are technically.
Says who? Nearly all of my friends are MPP.
Handicap. Immediately I come to sit here, it's 0-1. So I know what is going on. But you know, let's continue. Let's continue, else we are
okay, so you think that the young people have the opportunity, right?
Yes.
And is it that we're not interested? What is?
I see a lot of interest in young person. My brother here is a very vibrant vocalist in the area of politics, and I think that he will do well. Unfortunately, he has chosen the side of irrelevance, and that is going to kind of like challenge his
Unfortunately,
progress.
you are also on the side of the losing side.
He's going to challenge his progress.
We are just preparing a party.
I'm telling you that if once an MPP, you can always, your guy, oh, the Adenta Kumi, he was with you, right?
Yeah.
He's come back. He realized that
he has been bought. Let us don't bring him here. Listen, Kumi is so irrelevant that I don't even want to talk about him.
What do you think of Cheddar? What do you think of Cheddar as? What do you think of Cheddar as?
Cheddar hasn't told any Ghanaian anything that he wants to do.
But has he spoken about policies?
Cheddar is not talking about any policies, so I cannot discuss.
Is it
Cheddar
about dredging the sea
that
to Kumasi?
Cheddar wants to do.
All of a sudden, both of you sounded the same.
Yes, Charlie, don't bring mediocrity in our conversation.
Oh, okay, so, but I thought that he's a young man.
He's a young man. It's not about being young.
Having the mind to transform things.
If you have the opportunity, to speak on TV, I think you should take it and say things that will bother the opposition. Say things that will resonate in the youth mind.
You don't think that we are the ones with the mediocre thinking, that's why we're not.
You cannot come and stand and talk about dredging the sea to Kumasi when we have prioritized problems in this country. Is that our priority? Or Kumasi?
No, wait.
Now you're correct.
She's leading you on. I know her.
I don't even know what I've done to this man today. No, being here because
no, but today the show is in English and then you want him to translate
No, my audience are all not just English people.
then you should
some Kuma people will be watching. Kuma. I just said Kuma.
I know where you're going.
Anyway, like I said, our priorities that we have in this country are a lot. Unemployment, high inflation, prices keep changing. We are not able to regularize our pricing in you know, when you go to Ivory Coast, when you go to Togo, they have a stable economy. You know why? Because when you are buying your thing and you are going to sell in your shop, you don't have the right to change the price all of a sudden from 1 cedi to tomorrow 1 cedi 50 pesos. It will not work. You'll be arrested. Those are things that we need to implement in this country to help us fight inflation. But we are so free in this country, and I think our forefathers created this problem. Our forefathers created this problem. You know why? One person, you want freedom, you want justice at the same time. How is that possible?
That's a good thing to think about.
How is that possible? Knowing that your total freedom, which is an unending freedom, can infringe on somebody's freedom. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
It's in the arena of technicality.
Do you understand where I'm coming from, Emefa?
The reason
because
why
if I have too much freedom, I might do something that you are my next door neighbor. But because of the freedom I'm enjoying in this country, which is unanswerable to anybody, you are my next door neighbor. I'm misbehaving, I'm making noise, I'm causing a nuisance. And because it is infringing on you, I'm enjoying my freedom, so you can't come and tell me I should stop.
Yeah, because technicality, no. Why are you so surprised when I start speaking Chi? You
are very versatile in language.
Because today you dared me small. You dared me small.
I haven't.
But
you know you are my madam. I cannot.
I see that.
And you have even promised me to give me your daughter. So let's go on,
guys. Listen, my last question was going to be that, and don't pay him any attention.
Sure.
My last question was going to be that alliance with Abu Sakara, what does it mean?
There's more to come.
Okay.
There's more to come. 18 smaller parties are going to join Alan.
Okay.
Yes, and there will be a shock before November.
Okay.
Someone is also going to join Alan. I've not said any name. You can the conversation goes to your homes. You can talk about it, you can start creating the rumors and everything. But the alliance thing is not about Alan selecting people that come and join me on. These are people who are now resonating with his idea and saying that, if we couldn't do it, I think this is the man to do it.
I see.
Odike had a political party, right? He has gone for elections several times. He's realized that his power and his capacity cannot be able to reach those heights. But look at how Alan, just within 6 months, the whole country is talking about him.
Okay.
Everybody is aware Alan has left MPP. Everybody is aware Alan has created a new force, a movement. So this tells you that this man here.
No, they are still in Cheddar's slogan, the new force.
Oh, but he is the third force.
Alan is the third force.
Yes.
No.
Watch out.
Goom.
No.
Goom.
Goom. Yes. 0.3%.
But you have not even contested an election.
Oh, please.
And you want to undermine
this is why I'm telling you that the difference
Somebody
between
who could gather around 400,000
please, you are the same person who said Alan has not gone for any election before. So just wait and see.
So
this
you don't have a track record. What record are you referring?
Why did Goom have a track record before he became third?
He has it. So until you get your data, until you get your own record, you don't undermine somebody's record.
They're boiling up, going on, and the euphoria around our election this December alone shows that Alan is a force to reckon with.
To ascertain the popularity of your candidature.
But boss, I beg you, who is the most popular person on that ballot paper? Don't bring yourself about popularity. You are joking. You are joking. In which corner? In which corner? This man has followed Kufuor on campaign trails twice. He has followed the Kufuor on campaign trails twice. You want to tell me no kid knows this man? A kid in a diaper knows.
Are you referencing to Baumia or who?
Baumia, how many campaign trails has he gone to?
But he has always been in our campaign.
From 2016.
How many times
from 2016? No, from 2016. I'm telling you someone who has gone for campaign since 1990.
No,
and you are talking about I am saying popularity contest. Do not bring.
Popularity is not modern popularity.
Has anybody in your campaign team, even your president, current president, with all due respect, has he been named in a Time magazine before?
Time magazine.
Yes.
Let me see.
Of the world,
let me see. You said that you're going to
100 most influential people. 1994.
You don't ask my guest. You pass it over to me to ask him. Okay. Be guided. Yes. Okay, gentlemen.
Yes.
So I look forward to that shock before November or in November.
Yes.
Okay. I look forward to your I look forward to your campaign. No, well, I think I've seen your campaign messages, but I look forward to your holistic manifesto.
Yes, we have.
So that we'll discuss it.
Particularly with this specific manifesto, we have engaged a lot of young people.
Alan Kyerematen was listed
by the Time magazine.
No.
As one of which news is reporting it?
Huh?
Guys,
hey! What is happening here?
Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, it's here. It's right here. It's right here.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Listen, hey,
Billboard. It's on Billboard. Go and check it. Billboard here. Hot 100.
Listen, guys, it's always fun and always nice talking to you, my friends. But thank you for joining us. Give us a follow, a share, and then we'll bring up more conversations as and when it comes up. All the best to the butterfly movement.
Sure. And we'll be poaching you very soon.
Will you now?
Yes, because you're a good communicator, and I'm sure.
I'm thinking that Cheddar is kind of looking for you. Cheddar, you don't have a communication officer.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you. Stay well. When the news breaks, when decisions are made, when society says it has to be a certain way, as young people, are we ever part of the conversation? Hi, my name is Emefa Adeti, and I invite you to be part of discussing relevant issues, be it social, political debate, religion, or culture. Let's have our say. On Youth Connect, we shall spark conversations, challenge what we ought to, and find solutions that benefit us all. On Youth Connect, we shall bring to the fore your passion, most importantly, your voice. Don't just watch or listen. Act. It matters to you.